Hi guys, welcome back to part 2 of skill 4 where we are simplifying rational expressions. We have been working on the quadratic type, so we're going to go ahead and I will do one of these with you guys and you will do one on your own. So we'll do this one together. Remember, we want to factor the numerator and the denominator as much as we can, and then from there simplify and reduce whatever we can. So if I see this, I'm going to do the numerator first. It has the greatest common factor of a 6. That become u squared minus 9. And then if you remember, this becomes difference of squares. So this is like u squared minus 3 squared. So that becomes u plus 3, u minus 3. The denominator is an ABC, so I'm going to do an ACB tree. So hopefully you guys remember your ACB tree, and we spent some time on a warm-up with it today. So it's 7 and -3, and then once you have those, you can go ahead and make it a 4-term polynomial, and now we can do factor by grouping. I got my like terms and my leftovers. So this becomes u minus 3, u plus 7, u minus 3, u plus 7, and then when we simplify this, the u minus 3's cancel out, and we end up with 6. So say that you were asked on a problem like this what your excluded values would be. You would think about, what would cause my denominator to equal 0. So u minus 3, what would cause that to equal 0 would be u equals positive 3. And then my u plus 7. So my excluded values would be both u equals 3 and -7. So this problem didn't necessarily ask for that. So just so we understand, whatever would cause the denominator to equal 0 before you simplify would be your excluded values. So I'm going to go ahead and pause. I want you guys to do this one on your own. Okay, this is what you should have gotten for this example over here. Remember, if you have any questions, you can write the slide number back. So I want you guys so you guys are trying this problem completely on your own. I'm going to give you guys a small hint for the first part. I would factor out a -3 so that it will look like end up looking like this, which we should know how to factor that. Okay, go ahead, pause your screen, finish factoring it. You still got to factor the numerator. Okay, go ahead and pause and start working. Okay, so this is what we should have gotten. And I want us to take a second to talk about what the excluded values would be. So remember, excluded values are anything that would cause the denominator to equal 0. So this would equal 0 if u equal -6, and this would equal 0 if u equaled 3. So we can set each of those equal to 0 and then solve. So this is what the next problem is going to ask us to do. So technically this problem didn't ask us to do this, but I just want to make sure that we understand it. Okay, so the last problem is asking you guys to do just that. It's asking you to find all excluded values So go ahead and to do that, you're going to need to factor this. So you're going to go ahead and factor this, find the excluded values, go ahead and pause your screen and do that. So when we factored the bottom, we should have gotten y minus 4 and y minus 3. When we set each of those factors equal to 0, like we did over here, we get the excluded values of 3 and 4. Okay, bye you guys.